After 10 beautiful years together, my wife looked me in the eyes and said, "I'm a lesbian." My world shattered in that moment. But what happened next changed my life forever. By the way, we just hit 50 amazing subscribers. Thank you so much. Now let's aim higher. With your support, this video alone could get us to 100 subscribers. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. It means the world. My wife came out and told me she's a lesbian after a decade together. That moment, though heartbreaking, became the turning point of my entire life. We had been together for 10 years and married for 4. She truly was, and in many ways still is, the love of my life. The idea of living without her felt impossible. Yesterday morning, I found her sitting outside on the patio, quietly crying. I rushed to her side, hoping to comfort her and understand what was wrong. With tears welling up in her eyes, she finally confessed something she'd been holding back. She's gay. She was apologizing again and again, saying how sorry she was. She admitted she no longer felt a physical connection with me, but at the same time, she wasn't ready to walk away from our relationship. I always knew she was also interested in women. It had never been a problem for me. In fact, we'd even had several amazing threesomes with other women during our time together. I was okay with her occasionally exploring her attraction to women solo. My priority was her happiness and fulfillment. But after this talk, we spent the whole day crying and trying to make sense of our future, which now felt completely uncertain. All our shared dreams, buying a home, traveling the world, adopting pets, growing old together, they felt like they were slipping away. Until just days ago, our sex life had been great. We were intimate a few times every week, and both of us were usually satisfied. We had fun experimenting, discovering new things together, and building our bond physically. I told her I wasn't angry. If this was who she truly was, I didn't blame her. It wasn't something she chose, but knowing that didn't stop the heartbreak. She's still my best friend. Our relationship was full of support, love, and partnership. We'd weathered many storms together. The idea of starting over from scratch terrified me. She said she didn't want to walk away. She still envisioned a life together, just without the intimacy. At the same time, she acknowledged that would be unfair to me. She even told me she'd understand if I found someone to fulfill that side of my life, but all I wanted, still want, is her. I'm deeply, passionately attracted to her. I tell her every day how beautiful she is. She's still the most stunning woman I know, so realizing that attraction is no longer mutual crushed me. It took a sledgehammer to my confidence. I felt totally lost. I know people will probably say I should move on, or that I need to get in shape and lawyer up. But I'm not sure I have the strength to do that yet. Deep down, I'm still hoping she'll realize she made a mistake, or that she's just overwhelmed and confused. I know logically that's not realistic, but the emotional pain is raw, and I find myself clinging to anything that offers even a sliver of hope. We don't have any children. Our pets have all passed away, and just last week we moved into a new house, so we're likely stuck under the same roof until at least next March. All I want is my wife back. 1 year later. Exactly a year ago, I woke up not knowing that my life was about to fall apart. That morning, I saw her on the back patio again, obviously upset. I slipped into supportive husband mode and went out to talk. I assumed something was wrong at work, but I was wrong. Again, with tears in her eyes, she told me she's gay, and she was sorry. The fear, grief, panic, and confusion hit me all at once like the air had been sucked out of the world. At first, she said she wasn't planning to leave me. She wanted to go to couples therapy to figure things out together. I said yes, of course. Then, just 3 days later, my mom called to tell me that my stepdad had been diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. And 3 days after that, my dad told me my stepmom had skin cancer. Thankfully, my stepmom's cancer was caught early, and she had surgery that removed it completely. My stepdad wasn't as lucky. He passed away in November. He was a kind, funny, intelligent man who left a mark on everyone around him. I still miss him terribly. All of this, her coming out, my stepdad's illness, the sudden wave of grief, hit me like a truck. I completely shut down. I stopped going to work. I couldn't eat or sleep. I didn't feel like I was even living anymore, just existing. I spent my days on the couch smoking weed and listening to hockey podcasts, trying not to think. My wife tried to support me, but she was going through her own emotional storm. She pulled away, emotionally and physically. For context, she had always struggled with intense anxiety. She'd cry just thinking about having hard conversations. But a few months earlier, she had started taking medication to help manage it. Those meds gave her the ability to finally say things she'd bottled up for years. She began telling me about all the times I had let her down. 10 years worth of moments where I'd unintentionally failed her emotionally. I thought we communicated well, but apparently, I'd missed a lot. I always believed I had been a good husband, loving, kind, and supportive. I never cheated or was abusive. We didn't argue often, and when we did, we talked it out calmly. But hearing her list out all the little disappointments, all the things she had buried inside, it hurt deeply. But oddly, it gave me hope. A mission. I couldn't change her sexuality, but I could change me. I decided to show her just how much I cared. I organized surprises, a picnic in the park, circus tickets, her favorite restaurant. I even booked a vacation and started learning French because she's French-Canadian. I wrote her a song, planned to give her guitar lessons, anything to connect and rekindle us. Every day for 2 months, I focused on making her feel valued and loved. She also revealed she wanted kids now, even though we had agreed early in our relationship not to have any. I told her I was ready. If it made her happy, I was willing to try. In May, she went on a girls' trip to the Dominican Republic. It had been planned for a long time. We agreed to limit contact during her trip so she could think everything through. The day before she left, we even hooked up. It was the first time in 2 months I felt hope. Like maybe, just maybe, things would work out. But the day she returned, she ended the marriage. One of the hardest parts was our housing situation. We had just moved into a large house with roommates in March. Neither of us could afford to move out on our own, and it would have created financial chaos for everyone. We figured out a way to split the space, even sharing the bedroom sometimes, though that quickly became too painful. So I fixed up the backyard shed, added a futon, a TV, air conditioning, and that became my home for the summer. Eventually, she started seeing someone new. She was around less and less until she was basically living elsewhere, though she continued paying rent. Meanwhile, tragedy kept finding its way into my life. One close friend lost his mom to cancer. A high school friend lost his wife to the same disease. And I had known their love story from the beginning. Just weeks before my stepdad passed, my stepsister's longtime partner died by suicide. The grief felt endless. Day after day, I considered giving up entirely. The only thing that kept me going was my parents. I couldn't put them through more pain, but even through all the darkness, some light started breaking through. In May, I quit my toxic, demanding job. They hadn't shown me an ounce of compassion through all my pain. That decision eventually led me to my dream job, working quality control for a major guitar retailer. Now, I spend my days testing and repairing guitars. It's incredible. Last summer, a few friends and I entered a radio commercial contest. We made a silly 30-second ad, and somehow we won. We beat out over 80 teams and earned $10,000 in national airtime. My ex-wife even saw the ad before a movie once and texted me about it. I also started a YouTube channel with a friend. We do funny reaction videos. It's not blowing up or anything, but it's something fun to work on. The Christmas before she came out, my wife gave me a full Blu-ray box set of Dragon Ball Z. We ended up watching the whole series together, even through the split. I'm weirdly proud of that. And then, something amazing happened. In November, I met someone. She too had just come out of a long-term marriage. Her reason for separating was very similar to mine. We started dating officially on New Year's Day. She's beautiful, brilliant, and incredibly talented. She paints. I've even started painting because of her. I introduced her to guitar. We're helping each other heal little by little. She makes me smile again. My ex and I are still on good terms. She was there when I saw my stepdad for the last time. She and my mom still talk, and that brings me peace. She officially moved out on March 1st this year. It's been one of the most intense, emotionally chaotic, and painful years of my life. But I've gone from sobbing 10 times a day to building something new, something meaningful. I have a job I love, and I'm in a relationship filled with joy. I never thought I'd survive it, but I did.